I am so blessed to sit here with my dear sister Jill Stein. She is the progressive, visionary, and courageous candidate for the Green Party. I'm here with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, which is an organization that does not in any way endorse candidates, but at the same time, they're of course open to various candidates. And I'm about to go on stage fairly soon, and I'm just so glad that my dear sister Jill Stein is here. We're talking about healthcare as a right, not a privilege. That's one of the fundamental things that the foundation itself, even given its nonpartisan character, does affirm. And of course, the candidate running for president who understands healthcare as a right is my dear sister, Jill Stein.
And I'm so honored to be here with Dr. Cornel West, who represents healthcare as a human right, who represents jobs as a human right, who represents an environment as a human right, who represents peace as a human right, and democracy as a human right. And I am so honored to be able to be working with him in this political moment that is so full of crisis and that is so full of resistance and revolt and really a discovery of political independence, as so many people are kind of hitting the wall with politics as usual and just realizing that we need to take our future into our own hands as people of struggle, as people that are working for peace, for justice, for an America and a world that works for all of us, that puts people, planet, and peace over profit. Nobody sees how this all fits together as well as my brother here, Dr. Cornel West, and I was shocked and surprised to learn of his endorsement, and it couldn't come at a better time. I think so many people are asking themselves, what is the way forward into our future? What is the way forward in the politics of this moment where most people have rejected the political parties that we have, their presumptive nominees that have record rates of dislike and distrust. Most people are looking for something different, and it's just, it's a very wonderful moment for us to stand up and to reject the lesser evil and the propaganda of powerlessness, and to embrace what Alice Walker says, that the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. In other words, we have the power. It's time to reject that lesser evil and to stand up and fight for the greater good, like our lives depend on it, because they do, and because we have the power that if we stand up with the courage of our convictions, in fact, we have the vision, we have the numbers, and we have the power to win the day and to transform our future to the peaceful, just, sustainable, green future that really is within our reach the minute we stand up for it.
No, I tell you, it's sheer eloquence, wisdom speaking. There's no other candidate that speaks directly at the face and in the storms of the vicious legacies of white supremacy and male supremacy, anti-Jewish hatred, anti-Arab hatred, anti-Palestinian hatred, anti-Muslim hatred, speaks in the face of the American empire and its various branches all around the world, but in the name of a justice and at a deeper level, in the name of a love of those sliced on called everyday people.
Exactly. And we are in this transformative moment. It's transformative economically, it's transformative politically, it's a moment of transformative racial justice, and it is a spiritually transformative moment. And I'm just so honored to be on this endeavor in the company, and I should say following in the footsteps of brother Dr. Cornel West, who has been such an inspiration, I think, to so many people all over the world, that that this is about our highest humanity. This is a moment of calling, kind of a moment of destiny, where we're choosing not only what kind of world we will have, but whether we will have a world or not going forward, looking at the crisis of climate change, and the day of reckoning is coming closer, the crisis of expanding war, the crisis of racism. This is a time for us to stand up and turn this breaking point into a tipping point to take back the promise of democracy and the peaceful, just, green future we deserve.
And for my brothers and sisters who supported my dear brother Bernie Sanders, this is the next step. It's a green step. It's a progressive step. It is to stay on the love train, and we know justice is what love looks like in public.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
No, indeed, indeed.
This is the beginning.
Yes.